2024 Sorrento models.
This is you, and this is your surprising hunch.
I'd take the over.
The kind of hunch that pops up anywhere.
Buffalo. It's Broncos time.
And right now, FanDuel is giving new customers $200 in bonus bets when you bet $5 guaranteed.
Carolina!
So you won't let a hunch go to waste and make every moment more.
New customers bet $5, get $200 in bonus bets guaranteed. Only from FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook.
Well, if you want my 2 cents on interest rates, we got options.
My 2 cents. This one's priced to sell. My 2 cents?
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 Here's my 2 cents on planning for the future. Interest plus interest equals more interest. Come on, you gonna take that?
Hi, Joan. Perfect timing. I have a few questions.
Of course. Let's look at your plan.
It's fall in New York State, and you have to see it. Plan the perfect trip, or just jump in the car. Either way, it's going to be breathtaking. It's going to be an adventure you'll never forget. It's what makes it easy to love New York. Start your getaway at iloveny.com.
If there's one thing we like, it's choices. And your Ford dealer is the place to start. With a full lineup of vehicles and available powertrains. Get your ideal combination of power and capability with gas, hybrid, or all electric. But more important than the power you choose is what you choose to do with it.
Right now, lease a Ford Explorer for $369 a month for 36 months, only at your local Ford stores.
Your attention, please, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching Yes.
The Yankees returned to the Bronx last night for a 7-game homestand, and they quickly got back to their winning ways with a lot of help from that man right there, Austin Wells, blasting his 13th home run of the season. That right there gave them the lead in the 7th. Oh yeah, he was pretty good behind the plate as well. He has been all season long. Tonight, it's going to be game 2 of the 3-game series between the Yankees and the Royals, coming your way right here on Yes in about an hour. Hey everyone, and welcome to BP All Access. I'm Meredith Morakovitz alongside a very special co-host, Luke Weaver. Luke, are you going by Luke Weaver, or do you have a TV name in mind for yourself today?
Well, first off, I'd like to say hello, friends. Thank you for your support, unwavering. Luke Weaver sounds fine, but, you know, we got the Dream Weaver rocking in the stadium when I'm coming in, and, you know, nothing gets me more fired up than a nice Gary Wright song.
When you hear that, do you get excited?
I feel an utmost respect for the man and for the tune. It settles me. I think it allows me to get into a deep aura. It allows me to put on a personality that becomes ferocious and one that I'm not always proud of, but hope comes through.
Hey, Luke, we saw that personality last night, and that takes us to the highlights of Game 1, and I hope you'll help me get through them.
Sure.
The 10-4 win for you guys last night. And we will start things off with Alex Verdugo right there.
Yeah, old Doogie, man. He got them hips unlocked there. He got a good backside, got through the pitch, took his nice sweet time, but, you know, a nice smile did good.
But then Kansas City coming back. Hunter Renfroe gives the Royals a 4-3 lead, but then Austin Wells steps to the plate.
Well, Austin Wells is him, and he is on a heater right now, and we love him for it. And his mustache is loud and proud, and he can keep it coming.
Really makes him look like a Yankees catcher with the stash, right?
I think so. It's an old school look.
Hey, who's that right there, Luke Weaver?
A skinny, wiry guy, number 30, overly emotional, didn't do his job, but then came back and figured it out.
Got the job done at the end of the day. Ton of emotion out of you, and look at those standings right there. You now have a 1.5-game lead on the Baltimore Orioles. You guys have been back and forth all season long. What does September baseball feel like to you right now? Is it added intensity?
Yeah, definitely. We obviously are aware of the standings. We're aware game to game means a lot. We can only control what we're doing. We just want to play good baseball, well-rounded baseball. And at the end of the season, we know there's a big series there. So we're just trying to do our part. And, at the end of the day, if it widens the gap, it's good for us, but that's not our focus.
Including tonight, just 18 left to play in the season. When you're out there in the bullpen, are you watching the scoreboard to see what other teams are doing, specifically the Orioles?
If I'm being completely honest, the angle down there does not give us much access because I believe the screen is directly behind us, about 100 feet. Unless the TV broadcasts and you show it up there, that's about all we're seeing. So besides that, we're just kicking it back, locked in, and ready to fire when necessary.
How much are you watching the TV broadcast back there?
Well, it's nice. There's a delay, and so we're watching it live through the tinted glass, the unknown territory that people wonder. But we're just having a nice, calm, relaxing time. A couple jokes here and there. We got a couple funny guys, but we'll keep them unnamed. And yeah, we use the broadcast as a reference to see where the strikes and balls are and to rewatch plays.
Hey, you joked the unknown back there. What does go on back there aside from getting ready to come in and some of the jokes?
Well, Meredith, you wouldn't be doing your job unless you asked that question. But there's obviously there's just some things. I think the mystery of it keeps people wanting more, and I think that's why they tune into these games. I know there's a lot going on the field, but people do wonder what's behind the tinted glass.
Now, Aaron Boone has said here for this final part of the season, he's going to mix and match, get creative with the back end of the bullpen. How do you know coming in every day? Do they tell you specifically what lanes they're going to use you, or do you just know at a certain point in time you better start getting ready?
It's a little bit of a mix. I think for the most part, the best place to be is reactive, just watching the game, understanding situations, not trying to play manager in your head. It helps me the most by just being able to stay ready, have a certain routine, and then when the time comes for it, it could be anybody's number. When it's yours, you're ready to go, and I think that adrenaline helps get you in the mood.
Well, last night they called your number in the 8th inning, and Luke, you gave some people a little bit of a scare, but ultimately you got out of it. We're here with 2 on and 2 out, and take us through this one with Garcia at the plate.
Yeah, so I first apologize for the suspense, the dramaticness. I promise you it was not my intent. I would like to have done this in one pitch. But, we got 2 guys on. Obviously a big swing here ties the game. So trying to go away, trying to go to what I feel like could get a weak swing. Just missing off the edge. He did a good job staying patient, maybe looking for something else. And, we obviously fall behind. A little mechanical issue. That's part of life. You feel like the moment gets a little heated, and you got to slow it down here. So really just a big deep breath, recollecting myself. Just said at this point, you either do it or you don't. And so I just fired 3 fastballs in a row and was able to get the call here at the bottom from Wells. That's why they pay him the big bucks, and or to come, I should say. And the last one was just a challenge heater where I just said, hey, it's got to be you. It ain't going to be me. So I'm going to fire it in here. And then it just got super emotional. I stared down Wells the whole time because he was the first person I saw. And then there was a big smile underneath his mask, which then made me realize that I'm not that guy. So we moved on quickly.
Hey, you said ferocious earlier. When you watch that back, what else comes to mind when you see that emotional response after that was a big out in the game?
Yeah, I think we're so wrapped up in what's happening in our own personal endeavor, I guess. So it's like I was really upset with myself. And then that was just, I was proud of myself. So it was just 2 worlds colliding. And I felt like it was a real, acts like Tarzan, but really kind of like Jane, that type of, that saying. So, there's a wiry presence there, but I'm just, a guy who's as nurtured as can be.
Hey, how do you get that no fear mentality? Down 3-0, you throw 3 straight fastballs. Here it is. Hit it. I'm going to try to strike you out with that pitch.
I think it's like some self-talk. It's just sitting there, taking a deep breath, slowing your heart rate down, and just being like, this is the moment, what are you going to do about it? And I think it's like, whether it's one word, there's some things I usually say to myself that I repeat, and that gets me back in. And then from there, it's just trying to line things up and go and trust.
What do you think has made your transition to the bullpen so successful?
Just experience. I think this game's really great, but it's really not so much sometimes. And I think the failure, you learn a lot. You learn a lot from the experiences. You learn what the adversity's like, and those moments slow down a little bit easier. The base is loaded, guys on, and when you do it, the more you do it, the better you can get at it. And I think just feeling healthy and confident is just a good mixture, and that brings some success.
How are your interview skills? Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm pretty good. I feel ready to go.
On that side, you're good, but when we get back, we're going to have a special guest. So you're going to come on this side and be asking some of the questions. So
I'll shift.
A little more with Luke Weaver and a special guest when we return.
Yankees batting practice today is presented by Audi, the official luxury vehicle of the New York Yankees. Visit your tri-state Audi dealer today.
Is it possible to be more capable and more practical? Be able to perform here and here. Make a statement while barely making a sound. And command the road, as well as what lies ahead. How we get there matters. Get exceptional offers at your local Audi dealer.
Hi, Mel. Is now good for a quick catch-up on your plan?
Yes, now's great.
Has anything changed since we last spoke?
You know what? Yes, I'm thinking more long-term.
Great. We'll make that change to your plan and adjust as needed.
This helps a lot.
Bye, Mel.
Bye.
Make sense of your money with Citizens.
It's great to catch up, Jamie. How's business?
Good. Are you up to speed with the new beneficial ownership reporting requirements?
Sort of. What's it about?
It's a new initiative to help fight crimes like money laundering, fraud, and drug trafficking. A lot of small businesses like ours just have to report some basic info to the federal government about the real people behind them.
Does that include my cafe?
There are some exemptions for certain companies, but don't worry. There's lots of guidance on the government's website about who needs to file. Check out fincen.gov/BOI. Filing is easy and free. It took me less than 20 minutes.
Looks like I do have to file. Thanks, Jamie. It's great having a supportive business community.
Reporting beneficial ownership information helps protect U.S. national security. Filing is quick, secure, and free. And it's the law. Learn more at fincen.gov/BOI.
Welcome back once more on BP All Access. Meredith Marakovitz, Luke Weaver, and now joining the set, Mike Harkey. Mike, I know you're so happy to be here right now.
Ecstatic.
Now, you deal with Luke a lot in that bullpen. How is he when he's getting ready to go into a game?
You know what? He's easy to work with. I mean, he takes instruction well. He pretends like he's listening to you, and he goes and does the exact opposite when he goes out there. So actually, he does a great job. So if I want him to get him to do something, I just tell him to do the opposite. Yeah.
Do you know that it's opposite day every time you talk to Mike Harkey?
I wasn't aware of this, but, you know, after looking at the film, I won't deny these factual statements, but I'm still learning. You know, he doesn't realize how much more time he has on this earth than I do. So I use the excuse as if, like, when I get to that age, I hope I'm as well polished as he is.
Well, it's all about having kids your age. So, you know, when I wanted to get something done, I usually either had to bribe or lie about it. So it made it easy.
So he has the strategy down from a long time ago. Now, when you're managing a bullpen back there and you're making sure everyone is ready, what's the toughest thing, Mike?
Well, I think the toughest thing out there is basically keeping guys level, you know, because when the phone rings and you got 8 guys down there whose heart skips a beat for a quick second, most of the guys already knowing what their roles are makes it a little bit easier, but it still doesn't change the fact that you got to try to keep guys mellow and keep them engaged to allow them to get the best out of them.
Luke, something tells me he keeps it pretty light down there for you guys.
He is what we call one of one. I've never met anybody like him. He is a unique man in many aspects, but to his point, I've never seen someone who keeps it as calm as he does. We almost don't even realize, like, we're almost on the edge of our seats, and he, like, sometimes hesitates, and then he ends up just throwing a pitch comm to somebody. But you know, some guys aren't used to that, but you learn to get used to it, and I think it's really helped me. And I've told him, I mean, whether he hears me or not, like, he's been an important part of my time down there in general.
What do you think has made Luke such a key asset out of that bullpen? Because coming into this season, it was a relative unknown.
Yeah.
Luke, you had mostly been a starter.
Well, I think his biggest asset is the fact that he commands his fastball. I mean, I think it's a lost art. And if you look at the most successful pitchers in the major leagues, a lot of them have fastball command. And Luke's been able to take his fastball command and add certain profiles to it that has allowed it to be a little bit better than what it was before. He's added some pitches. I mean, different profiles. I mean, cutter, slider at times, curveballs, and then he's also had the great changeup. So he's been able to keep him in perspective and allowing the fact that he does have a good fastball. And even when he goes 3-0, he can throw 3 straight fastballs and get it out.
Hey, we learned that last night.
Yeah.
He loved that. I know he loved that. And as much as I loved hearing everything you just said, I have to ask you a quick concluding question. So as a bullpen manager, as a coach in this league, I've seen you in the workout. I've seen the work you put in daily, the sweat that drips off you, the falsetto, high-pitched voice that you rip.
Falsetto.
It's a falsetto, I believe. Music people. Chris Stapleton is the man. But this man gets after it. I want to know, are you top 5 in the league at your position?
Top 5 in my position? You'll never, ever hear me say that. I just do the best I can with what I got.
He's humble, folks, and I'm going to tell you right now, no one gets after as much as this man, and it's why we love him and why his tenacity, his well-polishedness, and his expertise in this league, and 4th-round overall draft pick back in the day. I mean, this guy was a 100-mile-an-hour man, I believe.
Well, you better correct him, mate.
You just talked the 4th round. Jeez, old peas.
I set him up for that one.
But a good color guy always, gets you right.
This is my first time.
First time asking the question.
And last time.
Hey, you got to take us behind the scenes. What does he do to prepare?
Well, I mean, he beats me in there every time. Maybe I'm just slow, but at the end of the day, he's got the same outfit on. He's got a similar workout routine, and I mean, those weights are singing. And at the end of the day, it fires me up and motivates me right before stretch, and then right into game time. So he's well ready.
Wow. If I would have known we were just talking about workouts, man, this would have been a lot easier. But all I'm trying to do is keep diabetes away, man.
Hey, in all seriousness, how much does his experience as a pitcher in the league and him helping you guys out with game time situations help having a guy back there that's been there before, essentially?
Yeah, that's the big thing is, in this game, you get these type of guys who have done it for so long. They played in the game. He's been a pitching coach in multiple places. He's been a coach for a long time now, and you really lean on that. And he's already mentioned it about slowing the game down, quick little tidbits before we're going to the game, whether we listen or not, apparently. But at the end of the day, there's a good review. We've had times where I've learned from my mistakes, I've learned from counts, and he does a good job of speaking that into existence.
Well, Mike, we thank you so much for the time. I know you have a lot to do before the start of the game.
Oh, yeah, you have a lot to do. I'm watching Lord of the Rings right now, so.
Well, Luke told me you had a lot to do. Luke, you want to send us to break?
Well, I just want to thank you for listening. I want to thank you for this time that we had with Mike Harkey and Meredith leading the way, and we hope for a big W tonight, and you stay tuned for more.
More BP All Access after the break.
Just saw Luke Weaver, who's been absolutely killing it on the mound, and he's killing it on the BP show. We're getting right back to him and Meredith right after this.
If there's one thing we like, it's choices. And your Ford dealer is the place to start. With a full lineup of vehicles and available powertrains. Get your ideal combination of power and capability with gas, hybrid, or all electric. But more important than the power you choose is what you choose to do with it.
Right now, Returning lessees can lease a Ford F-150 for $299 a month for 24 months, only at your local Ford stores.
T-Mobile savings, take one. Guys, focus. Let's not do fake falls. Just say, at T-Mobile, you get tons of benefits, and you can still save versus the other guys.
Happy to be here.
No fake stares, please.
Hi, I'm Patrick J. Adams.
Is that a shimmy? Just say, at T-Mobile, you can save on every plan, and you get great benefits with Magenta Status. Keep doing whatever that is. I'll do the line. Check out the T-Mobile Savings Calculator to see how much you can save. And right now, we'll even pay off your phone when you switch.
It's fall in New York State, and you have to see it. Plan the perfect trip, or just jump in the car. Either way, it's going to be breathtaking. It's going to be an adventure you'll never forget. It's what makes it easy to love New York. Start your getaway at iloveny.com.
What's the score of the game?
The new Hyundai Elantra with America's best warranty. There's joy in every journey. Lease a Hyundai Elantra for only $159 a month, or get 1.99% APR or up to $1,500 bonus cash. Hurry in.
Great energy out of you so far, Luke. First time on the set, and you are killing it. We also had a lot of energy throughout this year when we did Mayor on the Move. We hope you've enjoyed it. Here's a recap of what we've been doing all season long. Here we go.
Here we go. Heading out to the track. So everybody else is doing the same thing right now. They're warming up their horses. And he's jogging pretty good here. This is like his batting practice, you know.
Yeah.
This is Aaron Judge taking BP for a little bit and coming out, hanging out outside for a little bit.
We got Jansen on the mound right here. He's going to high leg kick at 1-8, but he will occasionally slide, so he can't run on the slide. Catcher's average back there. We got two strong arms in right field and left field. Center fielder, though, we can really pick on him. He doesn't throw very well. All right, let me give you your mitt.
I have a mitt.
Need some help throwing that on over there? You got it.
No, I'm an experienced base dealer.
All right, I like it. I like it. One thing you can do, you can start a little lower. The closer your eyes are, the easier it'll be. Almost had it.
Volpe makes this look so easy.
Ah, had it. There it is.
We are a women's and children's clothing company. We've been around for about 16 years, always based in New York City. And just in the last 2 seasons, we started this collaboration with Major League Baseball, and working with the Yankees honestly is such an honor and feels so natural as a New York company.
This coat is actually next year, so can we get a sneak peek?
Yeah, so this is our next year's colorway for our bomber jacket. We're going with a little more tonal blues, neutral, has this really fun blue inside, super soft. Yeah, and a more unique throwback logo on the back.
Yeah, very cool.
Yes Network is starting a baseball team. Obviously, Michael wouldn't get behind the plate. Paul wouldn't do it. Joe Girardi said he's retired, which, come on, he'd be great back here. He was great back here. So they want me to be the catcher.
Here goes nothing. Yes! Hey, you got this. Ha! Pro. Strike. Last one here. Yes! Now we're all going to make a mozzarella. Here we go. Now you tira, you pull, and you create la faccia. You know what la faccia is? There's your face. The faccia, the face.
Look how good mine looks.
Wow, how'd you get it like that?
Smooth face and all around.
You gotta move your shoulders.
Mozzarella! Very good.
When you walk into Gino's, if you want the real deal, the cannoli, you're gonna have to make your own.
There we go.
Now,
I think I might have a future in this.
you can dip One side in chocolate chips.
Roll that a little bit.
The other side in pistachio.
Looks delicious.
The Meredith cannoli.
I like it. It has a nice ring to it.
It does, actually it does. We could charge $2 more.
I love it.
That was a tall task.
Well, we almost had another random guest here in Tanner Swanson, but he's walked off of set. A lot of things we did this year, Mara on the Move. Any suggestions for next season?
Well, you know, Mara, I'm not quite sure. It seems like you covered a lot of it. I'm still new to this city. You know, I am a Jerseyan this year, so I think the track you said was on that side of the water, but there's something to venture out over there. Maybe golf for a day.
Yeah,
maybe something. You get a guy out there and play a hole or so.
Who knows? You could be that guy since you're a Jersey guy.
I'd like to think I'm on my way.
All right, we're going to take another quick step aside on VPTV. When we come back, we're going to wrap things up with Luke Weaver as we get you set for Game 2 with the Royals.
You are watching the Yes Network.
Soaring into history.
Your home for award-winning coverage of the New York Yankees.
Listen, I spotted it from the start. Breaking didn't even have a name yet. All that potential, just waiting to burst free. I think about every battle. Kids from the South Bronx who didn't just knock on the door, they kicked it down. And today, what I saw in us is the same thing I see in you. It's your time. It's all about spotting it early. And if you do, no victory is out of reach.
Make this a summer to share in the 3-row Kia Sorento, the tech-forward Sportage, the available all-wheel drive Seltos, or the IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus Telluride, each one recommended by Consumer Reports. This summer, visit your local Kia dealer. Get 0.9% APR for up to 48 months on the purchase of select new 2024 Sportage and 2024 Sorento models.
All right, here we go.
No. What's my next step?
Dad.
You break it, we take it.
We can take it.
Trade in any phone in any condition at Verizon for the new Google Pixel 9 with Gemini.
Give me a recipe with these ingredients.
Let's do that one.
Only on Verizon.
Hey, small business owners, your company may need to file its beneficial ownership information with the federal government.
And we're back with you on BP All Access. Meredith Marakovitz, Luke Weaver. Luke, we usually do a little thing called My Yankee Way, where we tell stories about how fans earn their pinstripes over the years. But since you're on set here, I'll ask you about your love for baseball. What do you first remember about the sport and about playing the sport?
Well, Meredith, I don't know if I remember much. It was an early age, and we're still molding our minds at that time. But I believe we'll call it 4 or 5 years old. You know, I think story as old as time, as most of these guys would say, started the game. But just, yeah, a passion for it, getting into sports, figuring it out. And that one seemed to take the prize. And I mixed in some other stuff, but just from the aspects of playing in the field, the hitting, the running, basically nothing I do now was a big passion of mine. And I had done it all the way up until basically up to college, and then I had to become a pitcher. So I love the aspects, the layers of baseball, and you know, it was a lot of fun, and I think that's a common theme with us.
Quickly, what was the best thing about playing baseball as a kid?
Best thing, I guess it would probably be the dessert, the ice creams. Being a wiry guy that I've already mentioned that I am, calories are always a good friend of mine. So I think anytime I could get some layers to come with it, we're definitely going to double down on it.
Hey, and I see that it's still with you because you got sprinkles on your glove right now.
I do.
Pretty awesome. Hey, Luke, thank you so much for joining us. Best of luck the rest of the way. You were awesome. We
Thank you,
appreciate
Meredith.
it.
I appreciate you, and you're the best.
Thanks. Plenty more to come here on the Yes Network. That's going to do it, though, for BP All Access. Thank you for joining us all season long. We really hope you enjoyed the shows. When we get back, we're going to send it to our studio. Ryan Rucco and Jack Curry are standing by with the pregame show. Thanks again.
Driving the Nissan Rogue with Google built in is like...
Hey, Google, turn on Rocky's Food.
It's like the ultimate connection. See why it's been awarded a Consumer Guide Best Buy and recommended by Consumer Reports. Drive the Nissan Rogue today.
Get 2.9% financing for 60 months on Rogue, one of 6 Nissan vehicles with starting MSRP under $30,000.
Hey, what's so grande about these?
Flight to Miami, South Beach, we on the way. Billboard Latin Music Week, you see it's calling your name. 1 North 3 millones de dólares, ¿qué te parece? Grande, grande, sounds grande, grande, oh hey, grande, sounds grande, grande.
Play the New York Lottery's new Grande Scratch-Off games. You could win up to $3 million or a second chance VIP trip.
Hi, I'm Sally. I'm from Phoenix, Arizona. I'm a flight nurse on a helicopter that specializes in trauma. I've been doing flight nursing for 24 years. I had a fear that I wouldn't be able to keep up. I wanted all the boost I could get. I heard about Prevagen from a friend. I read the clinical study on it, and it had good reviews. I've been taking Prevagen now for 5 years, and it's really helped me stay sharp and present. It's really worked for me.
Prevagen, at stores everywhere without a prescription.
The all-new Santa Fe is a giant leap forward. It's incredibly tough, unbelievably big, and amazingly smart. The all-new, epically capable Hyundai Santa Fe. There's joy in every journey. Lease an all-wheel drive Hyundai Santa Fe for only $279 a month, or get 2.99% APR for up to 60 months. Hurry in.
The Martian landed back in the Bronx and quickly used his speed to impact the game, but it was the power from another young gun that sealed the victory. Austin Wells bolstered his Rookie of the Year campaign with a go-ahead 3-run blast. Is he ushering in a new generation of baby bombers? Let's get you ready for Game 2 of this series as the New York Yankees host the Kansas City Royals on a Tuesday night in the Bronx. Getting right to our Yale-New Haven Health key matchup. It's the Yankees versus the postseason. Their magic number to clinch a berth for October is down to 9. Hey, everybody, and welcome to the FanDuel Yankees pregame. Ryan Rucco alongside Jack Curry. So happy to be with you this Tuesday evening on Yes. Jack, time for your Hyundai opening comment as the Yankees looking to build on what was a really nice win last night.
And Ryan, we're in September, but I'm peeking a little bit ahead to October. With 18 games left, the Yankees have the best record in the American League. If you told them that in spring training, they would be elated. They control their fate right now, which is why I think they are ready to let go. You mentioned some of the positive signs that they saw last night from the offense. They control their own fate. If they continue to play well and stay ahead of the Orioles, they will win the division, which was their first goal heading into this season. I think they're looking for Stroman to bounce back in tonight's start, but they're looking for everyone in that lineup, Judge, Soto, everyone up and down that lineup to bring some offense and make it another happy night in the Bronx.
Well, speaking of that lineup, let's take a look at the Yankees lineup brought to you by Toyota. Yeah, it's a fully operational Death Star tonight. You see the numbers for Austin Wells, top 2 among AL rookies in every key category. And you see Torres, Soto, Judge, Wells in that cleanup spot, Stanton, Chisholm, Dominguez in there in left, batting 7th, and Anthony Rizzo and Anthony Volpe back in the lineup, rounding things out. Let's take a look at StatCast 3D, powered by Google Cloud. And Austin Wells, his heat zones, they were found last night.
You look at where that third straight fastball was, and based on MacArthur's reaction as he puts his head down and starts kicking at the dirt, he knew that he had found a heat zone. And it was interesting, Ryan, we broke this at bat down last night. This is the third straight fastball that MacArthur threw, and he kept going in, even though Perez wanted it outside a little bit. You throw an inside fastball to a left-handed hitter like that at Yankee Stadium, he's just got to drop the head of the bat onto the ball. That's exactly what Wells did. And talk about breaking a game open. The Yankees were fighting with the Royals last night. Judge's RBI single tied it up, but Wells' 3-run homer, that allowed everyone in Yankee world to exhale.
You also often when we talk about the construction of lineups, we talk about who's hitting in front of people and the benefits they get. You know, you hit second and Aaron Judge is behind you. That's a nice spot to be. But how about hitting behind greatness like Austin Wells has this year with Soto and Judge in front of him?
There's more pressure on you because we know what could happen if you don't produce after Aaron Judge. Suddenly, every manager's just going to go like this. And I'm surprised that that didn't happen more often this year, Ryan, when the Yankees didn't really have a cleanup hitter. Wells hadn't ascended to that position yet. Stanton was injured. And the Yankees were looking for someone to produce behind Judge and Soto. They're not looking anymore. Wells has taken a stranglehold of that position. And it's not just the power, Ryan. It's the smart at-bats. He has excellent plate discipline. He's got a walk rate of over 11%. It's in the top 10 in the American League. But then he strikes out less than the average player strikes out. So he's a guy who can give you power without a ton of strikeouts and is smart enough to take his walks.
And a 909 OPS from that cleanup spot throughout this season. Meanwhile, we see the lineup tonight, Jack. Just your reaction when you see the way the Yankees have constructed their 9 tonight.
Well, I mentioned they have 18 games left, Ryan. I would not be surprised if this lineup we're seeing tonight is the lineup you see almost every night for the rest of the way when the games matter. And they might matter right until the 162nd game of the season. We knew when the Yankees brought up Dominguez that he was going to play. Aaron Boone said he's going to play a lot. That could have just been a euphemism for he's going to play every day because he doesn't want to potentially lose Verdugo, who's going to lose some playing time in all this. So keep a close eye on this lineup, Brian, because I think it's one that the Yankees are going to continue to push out there all the way into October.
And it's one that will be in support of Marcus Stroman tonight. Stroman looking to bounce back. He'd been on a good run at 4 straight really good starts. Then last time out, he struggled quite a bit.
The key for Marcus Stroman is pitching to the edges, Ryan. He wants batters to chase. In fact, he throws fewer pitches in the strike zone than almost any pitcher in the American League. His last start against the Rangers, too many pitches in the middle of the plate, too many Ranger hitters being aggressive early in the count. I think if Stroman can harness his sinker and his other pitches and just make sure he's not in the middle of the plate, he could have a solid outing tonight.
All right, well, yesterday, Marcus Stroman was announced as the Yankees nominee for the Roberto Clemente Award, which is given annually to a player who shows extraordinary character and positive contributions on and off the field. Earlier, Aaron Boone was asked about getting to know Stroman this season.
I've loved getting to know Marcus since I've probably met him topically at some point just in the baseball world, passing, here and there. But, getting to sit down with him in his home before we signed him, I had dinner with him and hung out with him a little bit. It's been really fun to get to know him. It's been really fun to see him integrate into our room and have a real presence and in my eyes, just have a real joy about himself each and every day he comes in. I think he loves playing here. I think he loves his teammates. But I also know that he's, also a complex guy that's got a lot of passions, smart, is very committed to giving back and invested in things that he's passionate about, which all make him an interesting guy. And it's been a lot of fun for me to get to know him and be around him. And he's been awesome.
Ball All season long here on Yes, we want to invite you viewers to show us the different ways you support the Bronx Bombers. Use the QR code on screen with the hashtag Toyota Pinstripe Pride and post pictures to social media that reflect your love for the Yankees. We might spotlight you in a future game. Pinstripe Pride is brought to you by Toyota, the official hybrid vehicles of the Yankees. Time for our first break here on the FanDuel Yankees pregame. Oh, yeah, Blake Shear, superstar in the foreground. And then look at Nick Swisher, our colleague, suave as can be. He joins Meredith next on Yes.
The Yankees pregame show on Yes is presented by FanDuel. New FanDuel customers can get $200 in bonus bets guaranteed when you place your first $5 bet. Download the FanDuel Sportsbook app today.
With Chevy trucks, be ready for adventure. With power you can count on. Capability that doesn't compromise. A hard-working EV with more range than any competitor and the potential to take you anywhere. It's Chevy truck season. Get 1.9% financing plus make no monthly payments for 90 days on all 2024 Silverado 1500 pickups. See your local Chevy dealer.
This is you, and this is your first hunch of the season. It's parlay time. With FanDuel, a 3-week free trial of NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube TV will give you many more.
Buffalo. It's Broncos time. Psst, I'd take the over.
And you can easily act on whichever one speaks to you.
Eagles, Browns, Broncos, Bills. They all look
and make every moment more.
New customers bet $5 get $200 in bonus bets. Plus, every customer gets a 3-week free trial of NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube TV. Only from FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook.
Thursday night football on Prime. It's on.
Ready to have some fun?
This week, it's Buffalo versus Miami as Thursday night football is back. AFC East division rivals battle it out in a high-powered offensive showdown you won't want to miss.
What a catch!
It's Josh Allen and the Bills
Unreal
versus Tua and the Dolphins. Stream Thursday night football only on Prime.
The Yankees pregame show on Yes is brought to you in part by Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. Injured? Visit forthepeople.com.
Time for a quick look at tonight's Morgan & Morgan injury report. DJ LeMahieu landed on the 10-day IL Monday with a right hip impingement. His status for the rest of the season remains unclear. Looks like it should be another excellent night in the Bronx as the Yankees and Royals prepare for Game 2 of this series. For a look at the forecast, here's News 12.
Hey Yankees fans, I'm News 12 meteorologist Hope Astolka with your game day forecast. The Yankees are right at home here in the Bronx. Here's how it's looking at first pitch. It's sunny, it feels warm under that beautiful sunshine. Temperatures will be climbing into the mid to upper 70s. 7th inning, smooth sailing. It's pleasant with temperatures in the low 70s. By the end of the game, cooling down. It's hoodie season. So what's your moodcast? Let us know at News 12 The Bronx. Enjoy the game. Back to you.
All right, thank you very much, Hope. Now let's head out to the stadium for the Ford Clubhouse Report, where Meredith Morakovitz is standing by with Nick Swisher.
Thanks, Ryan. If there is one thing we know, there is a ton of energy in the Bronx in September, and one guy that knows a little something about energy is Nick Swisher. Nick, what'd you think of last night's game?
Oh, absolutely electric. I mean, I saw that big swing by Austin Wells just like you did. Was actually in Stanford right there getting ready for the post-game show, screaming in the office. It was such a huge hit. For someone like him to come up and do what he's doing as a rookie, hitting behind one of the best players in the game in Aaron Judge and holding his own, got to be really proud of what Austin Wells is doing for the New York Yankees.
What do you think it is about him that allows him to excel in that spot? Because you look at it, it is an awful lot of pressure batting cleanup for the New York Yankees as a rookie.
Yeah, there's no doubt. I mean, I've known him for a while now since we brought him over in 2020 from the University of Arizona. He's always had that hit tool, right? I think the one thing Aaron Boone said in his press conference last night was, you know, the defensive side is what came first. And that was kind of shocking because you always thought he was going to be able to hit, but being able to hit with power, slug the way he is, being able to have that reminds you of the Jorge Posada days. getting that offensive, defensive approach, and a general on the field. Last night, I know I gave him big praise, but I kind of linked him to Thurman Munson. He got that stash going on. He's a general on the field. You got to really appreciate what he's doing right now.
Well, we saw for the first time at Yankee Stadium this year, Jason Dominguez.
Oh, yeah.
And so many people have been looking forward to the Martian arriving. Just what do you think he's going to bring to this team down the stretch?
Well, I think just a little juice, right? There's power in the youth. And I just remember for myself as being a veteran player, when those young guys came up in September, they upped your game as well. Listen, 162 games in 183 days is a long season. But when you bring up somebody like that, I mean, think about it. Guys are jostling for playoff spots right now. There's a lot of guys right now. You got to figure out who's going to be playing for you come postseason time. And anytime you can bring in someone like Jason Dominguez that's able to hit from both sides of the plate, got power from both sides of the plate, speed, great arm, athleticism, you want that guy in your lineup.
We saw it in a very limited sample size at the end of last year, 4 home runs in 8 games. But what tells you that it's going to translate this time around at this level?
Yeah, I think the one thing I really appreciate most about Jason is he wants to be challenged. And there's no bigger challenge in the world than playing in the major leagues, especially for the New York Yankees coming down the stretch in September. Every game means something. Only a game up right now ahead of the Baltimore Orioles right now, who lost against the Red Sox last night. Got to continue to keep winning. Got to give yourself a little bit of room. It's a great team in the Baltimore Orioles. So for the New York Yankees, continue to keep winning. Get yourself to win that division, and then from there, figure out how you're going to set up your rotation come the postseason time.
Well, you look at the lineup, it seems like things really are coming together. You talked a little bit about Dominguez. He brings a speed element on the bases, as does another guy that loves playing in New York in the spotlight in Jazz Chisholm, and then add Anthony Volpe. That speed element on the base pass, how much does that help this team?
Crucial. Something that hasn't really been part of the New York Yankees lineup for the last couple years, but now all of a sudden you saw what Jason was able to do. Still third base, gets on with a single, gets to second, steals third, errant throw from Salvador Perez, who's standing right over here. But you got to love that. You got to love the fact that the New York Yankees are scoring in a lot of different ways than just with the long ball. Obviously, come postseason time, you need to be able to slug, but you also need to be able to have guys that get on base that can cause havoc. Because when you got the speed on the base pass, the pitchers feel that.
Hey, you mentioned the rotation. How do you see it shaking out? Because there are too many guys for the spots in the rotation. Good problem to have for Aaron Boone and the Yankees, but still, they are going to need to make decisions, Nick.
There's no doubt about it. I mean, I think we even kind of saw it a little bit with the Clark Schmidt, Nestor Cortez the other day in Chicago, and I saw Nestor earlier today in the locker room, and I was like, bro, I love the intensity that you had when you were in Chicago. Obviously not the position that he wants to be in, but at the end of the day, even listening to, Alex Verdugo talking about, I just want to win. And at the end of the day, that should be on everybody's mind. We just want to win. And whatever that takes to get it done is exactly what they're going to have to do.
Nick, one thing we do know, it is going to be a fun September here in the Bronx. That is going to do it for the two of us from the set. We are going to send it back to you, Ryan, in the studio.
All right, Meredith, thank you very much. Earlier today, as part of Hispanic Heritage Month, the Yankees hosted a special press conference for Spanish-speaking media, an opportunity for the team to show its gratitude for a group that services a dynamic community of Yankees fans. During it, Garrett Cole was asked how he's been impacted by his Hispanic culture.
My first introduction to the culture, specifically the Dominican culture, was in Pittsburgh. A couple of us went down to the facility down there and spent 7 to 10 days towards Santo Domingo. I got to see, how things work, and where the kids come from, and had a great time. Some guys gave me, I believe it's called picaduro.
Picadura.
Yeah, picadura. Woo! Wow, fuerte. Mucho fuerte, yeah, and it's hot already, so a lot of sweat. But and then we were obviously educated quite a bit on Roberto Clemente. One of my good buddies, Neil Walker, his dad Tom, was really good friends with Roberto, and obviously the legacy that he's left in the museum there. Probably one player who I'll remain friends with amongst many are a couple guys specifically from the Astros. Jose is amazing, and Martin Maldonado is amazing as well. So those two guys come to mind first.
Time for another break on the FanDuel Yankees pregame. Coming up, we preview the latest episode of The Stroh Show. We'll break down what to expect as Marcus Stroman toes the slab in the Bronx. Stick around.
class-leading safety features at every turn. The Hyundai Tucson.
Lease an all-wheel drive Tucson for $229 a month or get 1.99% APR or up to $1,250 bonus cash. Hurry in.
Your memory is an amazing thing, but sometimes it can start to slow down. But did you know Prevagen can help keep your memory sharp? The secret is the powerful ingredient apoaquarin, originally discovered in jellyfish and found only in Prevagen. In a clinical study, Prevagen was shown to improve memory in subgroups of individuals who are cognitively normal or mildly impaired. Stay sharp and improve your memory with Prevagen. Prevagen, in stores everywhere without a prescription.
This is the GMC Sierra, powered by the TurboMax engine, with the confidence of 430 pound-feet of best-in-class standard torque. GMC Sierra, it's the truck. Get 1.9% APR on select 2024 Sierra 1500 models, or current eligible GMC owners get over $7,800 total value. We are professional grade GMC.
I'm Naheem Hines, professional football player and proud supporter of the Muscular Dystrophy Association. My mom was diagnosed with muscular dystrophy when I was 14, and I watched her struggle. But MDA helped her get the best treatments and care, and they also help kids like my buddy Ethan.
My name is Ethan. Thanks to the Muscular Dystrophy Association and people like you, I have more hope than ever before. From day one, they've treated me like family at my local care center. MDA is the only one that funds over 150 care centers across the U.S. to help provide state-of-the-art care for adults and kids like me.
MDA has been transforming the lives of people living with muscular dystrophy, ALS, and other related neuromuscular diseases. They fund the research for breakthrough treatments, care, and cures. And MDA provides support to thousands of families like mine and Ethan's in communities like yours. Thanks to MDA, kids and adults can live life to its fullest. Join us and learn more at MDA.org today.
The Yankees Pregame Show on Yes is brought to you in part by Citizens. Make sense of your money. Visit citizensbank.com/made ready to learn more.
Game 2 of a 3-game set tonight between the Kansas City Royals and the New York Yankees will take place at Yankee Stadium tonight. If we head over to the FanDuel Sportsbook app and check out the favorites tonight, it's the New York Yankees at a -144 price. The Royals are the underdogs at a +122 number. The pitching matchup tonight is Seth Lugo for the Kansas City Royals and Marcus Stroman of the New York Yankees. If we look at those strikeout props tonight, Seth Lugo over 5.5 strikeouts listed at a +128 number. We take a look at Marcus Stroman over 4.5 strikeouts at a +116 price. If home run props are your thing tonight, check out Aaron Judge to hit a home run tonight at a +280 number, and Bobby Witt Jr. of the Royals to hit a home run at a +400 price. Check out the FanDuel Sportsbook app for more, and as always, enjoy the game.
Marcus Stroman getting ready to go. What are you looking for from Stroman tonight against Kansas City, Jack?
A clean first inning, Ryan. His ERA in the first inning this year is over 5. Every pitcher will tell you get through that first inning, you're feeling better about everything. Pitched well against the Royals in June. The other thing baseballs hit on the ground. When he's getting batters to hit baseballs on the ground, it's showing you that he's locating his pitch as well.
Take a look at the Royals lineup he'll face, brought to you by Toyota. Bobby Witt Jr., we know, having an incredible season, followed by Salvador Perez, who had 4 hits last night and has the 10th most homers among Major League catchers all time. Yankees will go up against Seth Lugo, having a terrific season, and they faced him back in June.
Yeah, he will get some Cy Young Award votes this year. Skubal will win it in the American League, but Lugo deserves those votes, although the Yankees did get to him in June. And what you're seeing here, Ryan, is they're hitting line drives. Lugo wants you to hit the ball on the ground, but the Yankees did sting him in this outing. He throws 9 different pitches. Yes, I did not state that incorrectly. 9 different pitches, although 5 of them he throws more than 80% of the time. Fastball, sinker, curve, slurve and slider. The curveball is his best pitch.
Pretty incredible seeing the kind of season that he's had, Jack, as a starter for Kansas City, delivering the way that he has.
Yeah, coming in from the bullpen, moving to the rotation, and proving that he belongs, and doing a really good job for a team that, as long as it doesn't falter, is going to the postseason. Again, keep an eye on that curveball. If you want to have some fun, look up his first curveball ever in his major league career. It was against Anthony Rizzo, a left-handed batter. It hit Rizzo's back foot. That's how much movement it had.
One final break here on the FanDuel Yankees pregame as fans file in for a night at the ballpark. Still ahead, Jack gives us his key to the game, and we'll hear why you should always listen to what Jack says. Keep it here on Yes and the Yes app.
Driving the Nissan Rogue with Google built in is like...
Hey, Google, turn on Rocky's food.
It's like the ultimate connection. See why it's been awarded a Consumer Guide Best Buy and recommended by Consumer Reports. Drive the Nissan Rogue today.
Get 2.9% financing for 60 months on Rogue, one of 6 Nissan vehicles with starting MSRP under $30,000.
Well, if you want my 2 cents on interest rates, we got options.
My 2 cents. This one's priced to sell.
My 2 cents?
My 2 cents?
My 2 cents?
My 2 cents? My 2 cents?
Here's my 2 cents. I'm planning for the future. Interest plus interest equals more interest. Come on now. You can drink that.
Hi, Joan. Perfect timing. I have a few questions.
Of course. Let's look at your plan.
At Domino's, we know some companies are guilty of shrinkflation, giving you less for the same price. But we're going to give you more. Mix and match any 2 or more medium 2-topping pizzas for $6.99 each online, and we'll upgrade 1 medium pizza to a large for free. Get more inflation, not shrinkflation, at Domino's.
This is you, and this is your first hunch of the season.
It's parlay time.
With FanDuel, a 3-week free trial of NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube TV will give you many more.
Buffalo. It's Broncos time. Psst. I'd take the over.
And you can easily act on whichever one speaks to you.
Eagles, Browns, Broncos, Bills. They all look...
And make every moment more.
New customers bet $5, get $200 in bonus bets. Plus, every customer gets a 3-week free trial of NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube TV. Only from FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook.
It's fall in New York State. And you have to see it. Plan the perfect trip. Or just jump in the car. Either way, it's going to be breathtaking. It's going to be an adventure you'll never forget. It's what makes it easy to love New York. Start your getaway at iloveny.com.
The new Dunkin' Latte is perfect.
Made with coffee milk, which is hard to explain. I'll say...
Is that Kristen Wiig?
All we need now is a famous person to say how rich and creamy it is. And delicious. And explain it.
The Dunkin' way to latte.
The Yankees pregame show on Yes is brought to you in part by Hyundai. There's never been a better time to test drive that Hyundai you've always wanted. Hyundai, there's joy in every journey. Visit HyundaiUSA.com today.
I want to spotlight a guy who's hitting 167 right now, and I would say right now Austin Wells is the best 167 hitter in the major leagues, and I'm not saying that to be funny. He continues to hit the ball hard. He got deprived of a base hit tonight because Stanton got a late start on the line drive and was thrown out at second. But Wells has also hit about 10 baseballs this year, 95 miles per hour or more, and has 0 hits on any of them. So he is squaring up the ball. He is hammering the baseball. It's not going to be 167 for much longer.
Oh, man. How about that? Bring it back from April. Could Jack Curry have been more accurate? My goodness. Look at this Rookie of the Year resume for Austin Wells. Jack, you look beneath those initial numbers. You saw the underlying ones, and you forecasted what was coming. And wow, I mean, Austin Wells, you really look at the numbers, he should be the favorite right now for American League Rookie of the Year.
He was hitting the ball, as we said, very hard early in the season, wasn't getting the results. Now he's getting the statistical results. And I do think that right now, as we speak, he is the favorite to win the American League Rookie of the Year. I thought at the beginning of the season, it was Heel the guy that he catches on the Yankees. Then I thought Cowser took over and became the favorite. Now it is Wells. You look at their statistics, offensively, it's almost a wash. They're almost identical. The only reason Cowher has more home runs and more RBIs, he's had more plate appearances. But then, Ryan, on the defensive side, Wells plays a premium defensive position and is handling a pitching staff, which is why I think he's the leading candidate. The other thing is voters look for candidates who run through the tape at the end of the season. That's what Wells is doing right now. I think he's running right towards the award.
All right, we're running right towards your key to the game.
I'm going back to Seth Lugo. I think the Yankees have to solve Seth, which is something that they did earlier in the season. I mentioned that he gives you so many different looks. The ball gets on you fast. He almost slings the ball up there at hitters. With all those different looks as a hitter, just make sure you go up there and you know what you are looking for in any given at-bat.
And I know, Jack, you got a great Yankee bullpen stat to drop for us.
Last 4 games, opposing batters against Yankee relievers, they're 1 for 37, 12 1/3 scoreless innings. Boone's itching to get to the phone.
And we're itching to get to the postgame where Nick Swisher rejoins us. Jack and I will talk to you throughout the evening, and then, of course, join us for the WB Mason postgame. Michael Kay, Paul O'Neill, Meredith Morakowitz have the call. You'll have Yankees-Royals middle game of this 3-game set coming up next right here on Yes.
You are watching the Yes Network.
Soaring into history.
Your home for award-winning coverage of the New York Yankees.
I'm Patriotic Kenny.
And hi, I'm Amanda on TikTok.
My scooter broke down. I went into a depression.
How do you feel about that?
Pretty sad.
And I posted it to show that Kenny's not always happy. Within 24 hours, people had donated over $5,000.
Oh, you're kidding.
We set up the Patriotic Kenny Foundation to give mobility scooters to veterans.
It has changed my life tremendously.
None of this would have happened without TikTok.
In every generation, there are those who question the status quo. Questions like, why can't chicken be slow roasted? Why can't I have shredded purple cabbage? Why can't my quesadilla have cheese inside and out? And where's my avocado verde salsa? The new era of chicken is here to stay. The Cantina Chicken Menu. Only at Taco Bell.
At Typical Insurance, you're just another senior.
That is the 3rd health insurance commercial with seniors at a farmer's market.
Right? Don't get me wrong, I love a fresh heirloom, but it's like those companies think we're all the same.
That's why I chose Humana. Before I signed up, I spoke to someone who actually listened to what I needed. She told me about benefits that were right for me, like vision and dental, all in my budget. I finally feel in control. What are you doing?
Taking control.
Humana, a more human way to healthcare. If you're rash-free and you know it, get some sleep. If you're rash-free and you know it, get some sleep. Huggies Skin Essentials Liner helps your booty to feel finer, so your mom can finally watch some dumb TV.
We ask seniors how to prevent Medicare scams.
If you get a phone call, do not talk to the person.
Never, ever give out your Medicare number. Just hang up.
I check my Medicare statements monthly. To report Medicare fraud, contact the Senior Medicare Patrol in your state.
Your attention, please, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching Yes.
A beautiful Tuesday evening in New York City, crowd filing into Yankee Stadium where it is time for baseball. As the Yes Network presents New York Yankees baseball. It's the New York Yankees against the Kansas City Royals in the middle game of a 3-game set from Yankee Stadium in the Bronx, New York. Hi, everybody, and welcome to Yankees baseball along with Paul O'Neill,
I'm Michael Kay. Yankees won the first game of this set 10-4 yesterday. Right in the middle of it, behind the plate and at the plate, was the guy who's battling for Rookie of the Year honors, and that's Austin Wells.
Well, Austin Wells, he got an opportunity, with an injury, and boy, he has made the most of it. He has really filled a big void in the middle of the lineup. He's become a very good defensive catcher, but he can swing the bat. Double off the wall last night, and don't forget the big 3-run homer that pretty much put this game away. Austin Wells has protected Aaron Judge for the last month and a half and helped the Yankees immensely.
And his rookie numbers are really, really good. Take a look at this amongst American League rookies. First in on-base percentage, first in wins above replacement, second in slugging and OPS. He might battle his teammate, Luis Gil, for Rookie of the Year in the American League. Marcus Stroman's had a pretty good year for the New York Yankees. He gets the start tonight on the mound here in the Bronx. When we get back, Meredith Marakovich talks to Yankee manager Aaron Boone about his veteran right-hander. That's coming up next, right here on Yes.
Cancer can be a challenging journey, one that no one should take on alone. And Stand Up to Cancer wants to make sure no one has to. We bring together the best scientists and doctors to accelerate research, leading to more effective treatments. With each new advancement, we're getting closer than ever to our mission of making every cancer patient cancer-free. To get there even faster, we rely on the support from individuals like you, so that through our combined efforts, more patients and their loved ones will see that even though cancer may interrupt the journey, it doesn't have to determine the destination. Let's go further together. Join us and learn more at standuptocancer.org/AA.
When I was 19 and I was going to shows, I was not thinking about permanent hearing loss. I wasn't thinking about tinnitus.
Sometimes my kids are having a conversation with me and that ringing starts in my ear. They're talking to me and I hear their voice, but I can't focus on what they're saying.
The audiologist, he told me that most of his clients are not old people. They're kids that have their earphones in.
I have a lot of regret about not protecting my ears sooner.
Protect your ears at all times, no matter what. It's not something you can get back.
Welcome back to the Bronx, where we are getting closer to first pitch right here on Yes. Game 2 of the 3-game series between the Yankees and the Royals is set to get underway in just a few minutes. Hey everyone, I'm Meredith Marakovich. Marcus Stroman will get the ball this evening. He pitched well against the Royals earlier in the season, shutting them out over 5 2/3 innings. However, last time out, he had a little bit of trouble. He allowed 5 runs in 3 2/3 against the Rangers. I asked Aaron Boone earlier what adjustments he needs to make to get back on track.
Ultimately, it comes down for Stroh's command. Getting it to spots he wants to, starting with the sinker, and then he can work from there. So, had a pretty good run there. Before struggling a little bit the last time, hopefully get back on track tonight.
Also noteworthy, Marcus Stroman is the Yankees nominee for the Roberto Clemente Award this year. It is the 3rd time that Stroman has been nominated. More on that later in the broadcast. Plenty more to come here on the Yes Network. When we get back, Michael Kay is going to be joined by Paul O'Neill. First pitch coming your way after the break.
It's all coming up roses for the Yankees, but now it means more than ever. That ball is going to be off the top of the wall and into the bullpen.
Volpe across his body, big time, took out by LeMahieu.
The throw home, got it.
Makes the diving catch.
Getting it done here in the Bronx. He has 2 big RBIs tonight. This is a chance to go home a hero. On the track, at the wall, see ya. He's done it again. His 48th home run of the year. The show continues.
World, the time has come to
push the button.
World, the time has come to
push the button.
World, the time has come to
push the button.
Get this low-mileage lease on this 2024 GMC Hummer EV pickup for around $849 per month. We are professional grade GMC.
In every generation, there are those who question the status quo. Questions like, why can't chicken be slow roasted? Why can't I have shredded purple cabbage? Why can't my quesadilla have cheese inside and out? And where's my avocado verde salsa? The new era of chicken is here to stay. The Cantina Chicken Menu. Only at Taco Bell.
Yankees Baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by FanDuel. New FanDuel customers can get $200 in bonus bets guaranteed when you place your first $5 bet. By Hyundai, with a brand new Hyundai, there's joy in every journey. And by the New York Lottery, get out there and play. Well, the first picture that you saw, Lindy McDaniel, a very important figure in Yankee history because the Yankees traded Lindy McDaniel to Kansas City for Lou Piniella. And Piniella helped the Yankees win 2 championships and managed them as well and was a GM. So there's Lindy McDaniel, and big trade by the Yankees getting Lou Piniella back. Well, the Yankees take the field. Marcus Stroman on the mound. We'll take a look at the Royals starting lineup brought to you by TikTok. Tommy Pham and right will lead off. Batting second, the shortstop Bobby Witt Jr. Salvador Perez, 4 hits last night. He's at first base hitting third. Cleaning up, left fielder M.J. Melendez. Hunter Renfroe, the DH. Michael Massey at second. Paul DeYoung, the third baseman, will bat seventh. Batting eighth and catching, Freddie Fermin. And Kyle Isbell is in center field. And he's batting ninth. We told you that they're facing Marcus Stroman. The numbers, his 28th start tonight, 10-7, 4.03. Let's check out the Nissan pitcher scouting report.
Well, he's got good career numbers against the Royals in his lifetime. 4-1 with a 2.52 ERA against the Royals in 6 starts, including 5.2 shutout innings in June this year. And 6 straight, I hate to say it, Michael, but 6 straight starts without giving up a home run, which is the 3rd longest streak of his career. And congratulations, Meredith kind of touched on it. He is the nominee for the Yankees this year for the Roberto Clemente Award. Have to see how that goes.
Coveted award for Major League Baseball players. That means a lot what you do off the field. Let's check out the defense presented by Defender. Dominguez in left, Judge in center, Soto in right. Boone said today when Judge is in center and Dominguez plays, it will be in left, not in center. Chisholm at third, Volpe at short, Torres at second, Rizzo's at first, Austin Wells behind the plate, Giancarlo Stanton, the DH with Stroman on the mound. Yankees passed their win total from last year last night with their 83rd victory. The Royals are 79-66, Yankees 83-61. Tommy Pham is ready. Stroman's ready. And let's do it here in the Bronx. First pitch is the strike. We're underway. Chad Whitson, the home plate umpire. Alan Porter at first. Sean Barber at second. Jim Wolf is over at third. One and one. That one is ripped into right center field. On the run is Judge. Getting up the plate on a hop. And he holds Pham to a leadoff single. All right, Paul, it's time to work. Keys to the game brought to you by your local Kia dealers.
Well, we kind of touched on it, Michael. 2 awards. Everybody's talking about Aaron Judge and the MVP. Well, the way Wells has jumped up lately, he could be your Rookie of the Year. I have to wait and see. And numbers don't lie. We were talking about the bullpen problem from the Royals last night. Yankees went into the 7th inning, losing 4-3. Scored seven unanswered runs against their bullpen. And keep expanding. The Yankees are now 1.5 games up in the American League East. If they get to 2.5, that hasn't happened since June 18th.
1-0 on Bobby Witt Jr. So I was reading a story by Jeff Passan on ESPN Plus, and he pointed this out about Witt and Judge in the same game. They're both approaching a win above replacement number of 10. They're in the high 9s right now. And that's unusual, to say the least. Only 46 times has a player finished a year with at least a 10 WAR. So Judge and Witt are going to join that list. The last time a pair of players put up 10-plus WAR seasons in the same league was 1961. Mickey Mantle and Norm Cash, so it doesn't happen that often. Before that, it was Ruth and Gehrig in 1927.
Norm Cash led the league in hitting that year. 360 something.
I mean, the 10 WAR is just an outstanding, extraordinary season, and these two guys are on their way. The 1-2. Grounded to Chisholm. There's one. On the first, too fast to double up. A little bit of a double clutch by Chisholm might have cost him any chance.
Yeah, I mean, Witt, but we've talked about his sprint speed being the top in the major leagues, and as soon as this ball was not transferred quickly, plays off over. Already out of our screen there, Michael, by the time the ball got to first base.
Here's Salvador Perez.
We talked about Witt, 28 stolen bases on the year. And Russell Stroman knows that. Boy, Perez with a big offensive night last night. He had been struggling, too, with a 4-hit night last night. Kind of turned things around. Got one lucky hit, but the other ones were all belted.
0-2.
That's catcher's interference.
Yep, he hit the glove of Wells, and this one he hit the back of the wall in the bullpen. So Perez with catcher's interference, so that'll be an E2 on Wells.
You see Austin Wells kind of reaching to receive the ball, and you know that's a good thing as receiving, but I didn't really see much, but Perez must have heard it, felt it.
Yeah, I didn't see the glove move at all. Maybe it hit a lace. Chasing Witt back.
Yeah, the problem with that is if you get a ground ball, Perez is probably the best double play guy in baseball. Now you've got speed up at the plate again. You see that side spin two-seamer. Yeah, he caught the back of the glove.
One and one on MJ Melendez. Witt's at second. Perez is at first. Drilled down the right field line. It is a foul ball. .33 ERA in the first inning for Stroman. He has to get through this inning. Chad Whitson is pitcher friendly, so a good umpire to have. 11th major league season, more outside strikes, more high strikes on left-handed batters.
There's no rhyme or reason, but just some pitchers really need to, get through the first couple innings to get comfortable. Marcus Stroman all year has had trouble getting through this first inning. You mentioned it, Michael, over a 5 ERA in the first inning.
Comes in at 4.03 for the season. That's 16 runs in 27 starts. Swing and a miss. Got him on a splitter. Melendez down on strikes, 2 away.
Well, to get to that splitter, you got to get ahead of the count in 2 strikes. It's not a pitch he uses much early in the count, but then a really good put-away pitch. Numbers-wise, his split-fingered fastball, hitters hit the worst against it. But again, it's a pitch that he tries to put you away with. Good job right there.
Here's Hunter Renfroe. Been very hot of late, 12 for 33. And there's a strike from Stroman. One and one. And the pitch. 2-1. Stroman works the margins. He's not going to come over the plate. If he does, it's probably a mistake. He wants to stay away from that 17-inch slab. He wants to go on the corners. Foul back. 2-2. Game time weather presented by Bigelow, the official hot tea of the Yankees. 76 degrees. No chance of rain. Humidity 48%. The wind calm.
10 plus. I mean, that's as good as it gets right there.
We'll take it.
It's supposed to be like that all week.
Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. Pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him. Breaking ball. 2 big strikeouts for Stroman. The Royals lead 2. Yankees coming back.
Biggest thing I've learned so far? Don't sweat the small stuff. No. Found it. Finding my light. No, knowing my cue. Just trying not to overthink things. M&M's for all fun kind.
With Chevy trucks, be ready for adventure. With power you can count on. Capability that doesn't compromise. A hard-working EV with more range than any competitor and the potential to take you anywhere. It's Chevy truck season. Get 1.9% financing plus make no monthly payments for 90 days on all 2024 Silverado 1500 pickups. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
Nothing like this ever again in your life. It's a one-of-one. On September 14th at Sphere, the greatest live sporting event of all time.
Let's go, baby!
Well, the Royals don't score. They leave 2 on in the top of the first. Now it's the Yankees' turn against Seth Lugo. And that's tonight's Yankee starting lineup brought to you by TikTok. It's Torres, Soto, and Judge at the top. In the middle, it's Wells, Stanton, and Jazz Chisholm Jr. at third. Batting seventh, the left fielder Jason Dominguez, Anthony Rizzo at first. Anthony Volpe didn't get to start yesterday, came in late. He's at shortstop, and he's going to bat ninth. Seth Lugo's had himself a heck of a year. This is his 30th start. Former reliever, always wanted to start. Finally getting a chance. I'm proving he was right. Let's check out the Nissan pitcher scouting report.
You talked about it, Michael. He is a league leader. Leads the American League in innings pitched this year with 186. So 200 is going to be no problem. First time, surprisingly, I don't think the Royals knew what they were signing in the offseason. Made the All-Star team for the first time this year. He's had a tremendous year and 9 pitches. He's the only pitcher in baseball tracked with 9 different pitches. I'm not going to go through all of them, Michael, because a lot of them are breaking balls, slurs, sweepers, all the things. They're all breaking balls, but 9 different varieties of pitches.
I'm sure we'll have a StatCast 3D.
Yeah?
Show you a little something, yeah.
You better get a big screen.
The 0-1 to Torres. Oh, here it is. StatCast 3D by Google Cloud.
Doink. Yeah, just keep filling the box up, Troy. There's a lot of things out there to go.
Look, they didn't even have a time.
We ran out of time.
Yeah.
That was only to the first hitter. We'll get the rest later.
There's the 9. Curve, slurve, sweeper, slider, kitchen sink. 1-2. That one just missed. 2-2.
Yeah, this is a pitch that Stroman got a few times in the first inning. Glaber very lucky that wasn't called.
It wasn't very pitcher friendly then. That one is looped into center field. That ball is going to dunk in for base hit. That's an 11-game hitting streak for Gleyber Torres. Well, let's check out the defense for the Royals, presented by Defender, Melendez, Isbell, and Pham, left, right, in the outfield. You've got DeYoung, Witt, Massey, and Perez. DeYoung is a shortstop by trade, playing third base with the Royals. Freddie Fermin behind the plate. He throws out 44.4% of attempted base stealers.
Yeah, that leads the major leagues. So, you've got to be careful when you're going to try to take a base tonight. You know, jam shots play well sometimes, Michael, if you put them where you need to be. That ball right off the label. Just enough to dunk into center field.
Would a pitcher with 9 pitches throw you a little bit? Would it make you think too much?
Yeah, sometimes, but you got to understand, out of that 9 pitches, you know, 3 or 4 of them are a certain type of breaking ball. You know, a bigger breaking ball, a shorter one. So, you know, you can kind of just look fastball, changeup, splitter, breaking ball, and kind of cut it in half down to 4. Is 4's not half of 9, is it?
A little more than half. A little less than half. No, a little more than half. I think there was a B loose.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's less than half. Yeah. My daughter's in advanced algebra. I'm not helping.
I was just going to say, you were in writing and English and all that stuff. Math skills just came out. It's funny that what brought me back to that is when I was with the Reds, Joe Nuxall was, you know, the famous announcer there, and I got a replay. Somebody sent it to me, and it said, "Here comes O'Neill." It was like the 9th inning or something. He said, "He's driven in half the runs tonight." We had 5 on the board. I was like, "Joe, how do you drive in half of 5? When you put 1 foot on the plate or something?"
2-2 on Soto. Tipped into the glove of Fermin, and Soto down on strikes.
You know, out of these 9 pitches that we're talking about, he's going to use a lot of different lanes, too. Up in the strike zone, down in the strike zone. So just a lot to cover as a hitter. And he's got the ability to place pitches where he wants.
So here's Aaron Judge. 13 straight games without a home run. It's one of the longest streaks of his career. On pace for 57. He has 51 home runs. And he has 18 first-inning home runs. And that's tied with A-Rod, Major League lead. That's a record, 18 first-inning home runs. So his career long is 15 games in 2017. The 13 is his longest streak since 2019. One and 2. And he doesn't have to know the numbers, Paul. He knows he hasn't hit a home run in a while.
Well, I mean, him not hitting it in a while is a lot different. I mean, you'll see players go 20, 25 games without a blink of an eye. Well, Aaron Judge is so used to putting them in the seats that it is a little weird.
Snap throw to first, getting back is Glaber.
But, you know, he continues to hit. A couple big hits yesterday, tied the game up with a big base hit late in the game.
Swing and a miss on the curveball. Judge down on strikes, 2 away.
Well, that's a one elite pitch that he has. I mean, he has great control, but his curveball leads all of baseball in the spin rate. And see how he just pulls that ball down, and you see the spin of the baseball. The highest spin rate on a curveball in all of baseball this year.
Austin Wells takes a strike. Big 3-run home run in last night's game. He said he went blank after he hit the ball. You know, we talked about his wins above replacement number, the fact that Heel has pitched so well. Colton Cowser of the Orioles is going to be in the discussion for Rookie of the Year in the league. But it is worth noting, sometimes the Yankee farm system has been somewhat maligned. They have 2 guys that are battling for the Rookie of the Year on one team. Couldn't something special with Hexclad. There's the war leaders, Wells, Cowser, and Abreu, and then Luis Gil. Join the hybrid revolution at hexclad.com. Soft ground ball to second. Massey. And that'll do it. So the leadoff single by Torres is stranded. We go to the second.
We love home internet from T-Mobile. Now mesh boosts Wi-Fi all over your home. Take a class in your attic. That dead spot is gone. Stream ballet in your man cave. Learn to paint on your lawn.
It's glorious.
For a limited time, get a free upgrade to Home Internet Plus. Just $50 a month.
Expert Victor! Let's invite Jacques.
Let's not invite Jacques.
Whoa! Sure, he struggles on conference calls, but he's such a dedicated employee.
You're right. Hey, Jacques.
Come join us.
Some strong winds.
It's choice. And when it comes to what we should send to communities in need, our choice is simple.
Well, let's check out FanDuel's live same-game parlay. New FanDuel customers can get $200 in bonus bets guaranteed when you place your first $5 bet. Download the FanDuel Sportsbook app today. Michael Massey will start it off in the second against Stroman. Nothing here at the stadium. Yankees won the first game of the set, 10-4 last night. Trying to take another series. And a strike. Baltimore has jumped out to a 1-0 lead over the Red Sox at Fenway. That's in the top of the second inning. We'll be following that throughout the night for you. And a strike. Yankees' magic number is 9 over the Tigers, the Mariners, and the Red Sox. Those three teams are tied with the exact same record, and they are hot on the heels of the Twins, who are starting to falter. So if you thought you might have an easy 4-game set with the Red Sox, that's over now.
Yeah, I mean, if they were out of the division or out of the wild card race, you might have that. But, they're fighting and clawing to get back in, and they got closer towards the All-Star break. Then they, kind of faltered a little bit, and now playing well again.
Good 2-2. 3-2 on Massey. It'll be Massey, DeYoung, and Fermin. And Massey works a walk. Hey, vote Marcus Stroman for the 2024 Roberto Clemente Award presented by Capital One, recognizing players who best represent the game through positive contributions on and off the field. Vote today at MLB.com/Clemente Award. Swing and a miss. So with the White Sox, Paul DeYoung in 102 games hitting .228. 28 games with Kansas City. He's bumped it up to .244. Shallow right field coming on Soto. 1 out.
You talk about DeYoung. I mean, can you imagine getting that call? You're getting traded from the White Sox. Where's my bag? I am out of here. I mean, they're going to break a record possibly this year for the worst team ever.
And the best part were the Royals were playing in Chicago. So all he had to do was walk across the field.
Nice.
And jumped up the standings with that walk. Now, Michael Walker was pitching for Kansas City that night, and he was preparing to face Paul DeYoung. But then he told him, thanks for wasting my time. Great numbers for Fermin. We told you what he does behind the plate to shut down the running game. 29 years old, third big league season.
Yeah, we talked, Michael, yesterday on why the Royals are where they are, and it's because of their starting pitching. I mean, you've got Lugo tonight, Waka, who pitched again right before they got into the Yankees, will miss him. You got Reagans, who's pitching tomorrow. You've got 4 out of your 5 top starters sub 3.5 ERA. I mean, that gives you a chance day in and day out.
Yeah, Singer pitched well for 5 innings yesterday. Then when they turned it over to the bullpen, that's when trouble began.
Mm-hmm.
Hit sharply to Volpe. There's one. There's two. 6-4-3, a double play on the batter for me. We'll go to the bottom of the second. 0-0 here on Yes.
Dynamic air suspension, all-wheel steering, configurable terrain response, effortless in the extreme.
We love home internet from T-Mobile. Now meshed with Wi-Fi all over your home. Taking a class in your attic. That dead spot is gone. Stream ballet in your man cave. Learn to paint on your lawn.
He's glorious.
For a limited time, get a free upgrade to Home Internet Plus. Just $50 a month.
Canva presents the top plays at work. Number 3. Here's the snap, and it's a beautiful block. Teammates love that. And at number 2, what a grab! Now watch this move. Full separation. And at number 1, looking to seal the deal, and they are off to the races. Make a big play at work with Canva.
Well, it's time for Pinstripe Pride, brought to you by Toyota, the official hybrid vehicles of the Yankees. Tonight's picture was submitted by Joe. His son Hayden is ready for the stretch run. You go, Hayden. Use the hashtag Toyota Pinstripe Pride and mention yes in pictures you post to social media to reflect your love for the Bronx Bombers. We might spotlight you in a future game.
And Hayden sporting his shades indoors.
Love it.
Waiting for the sun to come through the window.
Giancarlo Stanton. He had yesterday off, back in the lineup today. Swing and a miss. Stanton 2 for his last 23. You can see that Lugo calling his own game. He's got the pitch comm right there on his belt. I mean, why have the catcher think about 9 pitches?
Yep. Yeah, veteran pitcher is on a roll. Just tell me what you're going to throw.
If I'm going to ask our great director, Dan Barr, can I get another look? Are there 9 buttons?
Got a separate remote.
High fly ball. Left field. Melendez will put it away. 1 down. Did you think he got a little bit more than that?
I did off the bat. I mean, his swing, I thought, wow, he got him, and then it was just, dismissed it.
Yeah, it looks like they have more than 9.
Yeah.
I'm sure some buttons are inside, outside, too, or up and down.
You know what? I'd actually like to put one of those on and actually hear what the players hear. But my luck is, you said you could put your voice on it.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
You'd tell me fastball up and in or something in your voice.
Mm-hmm. Watch out, Paulie.
They're coming for you.
Let's see the buttons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12 buttons.
Wow.
High fly ball off the bat of Chisholm. Isbell there, 2 away.
You know, all joking aside, I mean, when you're reaching down, you got to know which button you're hitting, right?
They don't even look. It's amazing. Even the catchers just, I guess, they memorize where it is. It's like learn how to play guitar.
I know one thing. I'm not real good with the remote. I've thrown that thing a few times.
Dominguez fouls it away. Lugo works quickly. The 0-1. 0-2. For so many years, Lugo has wanted to start. Teams resisted. He was so valuable out of the bullpen. Finally signed a deal with the Royals where he said, I'm starting. And they said, okay. And they got a deal. 2-year, $30 million deal with the Royals. And he really has been one of the league's best pitchers. Made the All-Star team, leading the American League, coming in with 186 innings. Swing and a miss on the curve. 1-2-3 inning for Seth Lugo as the Yankees go down in order and we go to the third.
We love home internet from T-Mobile. Oh, now Mesh boosts Wi-Fi all over your home. Take a class in your attic. That dead spot is gone. Stream ballet in your man cave. Learn to paint on your lawn.
It's glorious.
For a limited time, get a free upgrade to Home Internet Plus. Just $50 a month.
Dynamic air suspension, all-wheel steering, configurable terrain response. Effortless in the extreme.
The thing about traveling with your kids is that each year they get bigger, but the hotel stays the same size. Get an Airbnb and get room for everyone.
Finding what you need, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Come with me.
Get what you need from someone who gets it.
New York app.
Follow Yes Network on TikTok for exclusive behind-the-scenes content, game highlights, and the latest Yankees news. Don't miss out. Join the ultimate sports community today. Nine, 1, and 2 in the order. Here in the third inning against Marcus Stroman. Pitch to Isbell is high, 1-0. With the Royals' loss last night, coupled with a Guardian win, that one is looped. A base hit. It actually hit the infield grass first, but it was against the shift, so Isbell picks up a single.
Yeah, you talk about a jam shot. It barely left the infield. It hit and just kind of dribbled out there.
Well, with the Royals lost last night, the Guardians win, so the Royals dropped 3.5 games behind Cleveland in the American League Central, but they're still 5.5 games clear of a wild card spot. Making the playoffs would just be an incredible story for a team that lost 106 games last year. And although they made improvements, I don't think anybody predicted they'd be going to the playoffs. 1-1.
You know, Michael, I did have a devastating loss in fantasy last night. And every time I see Tommy Pham, all I can think about is fantasy football. Did he, like, punch one of the guys out in the outfield because it didn't play the game right or something?
That is the rumor. I've never confirmed it. Popped up off the bat of Pham. Long run for everyone. That hits the screen out of reach of Soto. So what was your devastating loss?
Well, I got a 15-point lead.
Right.
And all he has is a kicker left. So
right.
My probability to win was 97%.
Was it the Niners kicker?
Yeah, Moody. He had 29 points as a kicker. That just can't happen in my league. You know that?
That's not good.
I'm 0-1. That's not good either.
So you're blaming the Jet defense because they couldn't get the ball away from
You know, if you're going to lose, just let them score touchdowns. The kicker only gets one, right?
They scored 8 possessions in a row against the vaunted Jet defense. Tell you what, so many people I know, including you, love fantasy football. I just don't have the mental capability to do it.
Oh, if you guys, I thought the same thing, and now I'm obsessed with it.
Really?
Just don't get in his league.
Runner goes. Well, they stay out of the double play by having the runner go. As Volpe guns down Pham. So runner at second, one man out for Bobby Witt Jr.
Boy, the angle there, Isbell really had to watch because Volpe was throwing, from where he was in the field, was throwing right over his head to get the out at first base. Yeah, let me get down a little bit. No round in the base there.
Hit sharply and through for a base hit. Isbell rounds third. Charging Dominguez. He's just going to flip the ball into second. Isbell scores. It's an RBI single for Witt. His 99th ribby of the year and a 1-0 Royals lead.
Wow, it's a big play now by Isbell being in motion and staying out of that double play. Ball away, kind of stays up, and Witt had this same hit last night where he just crushed it through the left side of the infield. Dominguez, no chance. Good option just to keep Witt at first base.
Got to keep a close eye on this guy. He does it all. Stats with lows. Some of what he does, multi-hit games. He has 57 of them. That leads the majors. Judge has 50. He's fourth. Now, Judge and Witt have a mutual admiration society going. They both talk glowingly about the other. That one's lined down the left field line. It's a fair ball. It'll go into the corner. The speedy Witt heads to third. They're waving him home. The throw is to second. Paris is in there. It's an RBI double as Witt crosses, and it's 2-0 Royals.
Well, the 2 nights in a row, we've seen Witt score from first base. I mean, again, we've talked about his sprint speed, the highest in the major league. Another hanging breaking ball. All of a sudden, Perez is hot. Down the line, Dominguez got a good ricochet, but opted to go to second base. Throw behind the runner. Perez just able to get in.
I think the Yankees going to challenge that. You see the speed of Witt. 3.3 or 30.3 feet per second sprint speed. Now this is the play at second. Did they get him?
Yeah, I think he's out.
Well, the Yankees think so as they're challenging the play.
See if that spike hits or not. That's a tough call, but it looked like Glaber got him on the foot before that foot got against the base.
Challenge replay is brought to you by Citizens Made Ready. Looked like if he got him on the blousy part of the pants. The crowd sees it on the big screen, and they think he's out. But that's the opinion that counts in that room.
You know, Perez goes straight into the bag. There's no question he beat it. He actually, his foot slid past the base. gave Glaber an opportunity. With this replay, we'll find out to see if he got him.
After review, the call on the field is overturned. The runner is out. New York will retain their challenge.
So an assist for Dominguez, who made the throw to second. The put out goes to Glaber Torres. And that means that Bobby Wood Jr. scored from first on a single.
Yeah, well, he does a lot of things, you said, on the baseball field. And we're starting to see just 2 games in, Michael. You can tell when he just runs out to his position. He can pretty much do everything out there.
Here's Melendez. The Yankees have had very little success against Perez in this series. 4 for 4 yesterday. 1 for 1. Reached on a catcher's interference today. Right back to Stroman. Fields his position beautifully. Flips to Rizzo, and that'll do it. But the Royals get 2 runs on 3 hits. No one left on base. We go to the bottom of the 3rd.
It was the best of times. It was the worst of times. But mostly, times were just okay. And you know who said that? Susan B. Anthony.
Charles Dickens.
Susie.
We're not teachers. We're connectivity experts. If millions of communities rely on us for fiber, internet, and mobile, you can too. Optimum, where local is big time.
So this is pickleball? It's basically tennis for babies, but for adults. It should be called wiffle tennis. Pickle! Yeah, These guys are intense. We got nothing to worry about. With E-Trade from Morgan Stanley, we're ready for whatever gets served up.
Dude, you gotta work on your trash talk.
I'd rather work on saving for retirement. Or college, since you like to get schooled. That's a pretty good burn, right? Got him.
Game.
Thanks for coming to our clinic. First one's free.
With Chevy trucks, be ready for adventure. With power you can count on. Capability that doesn't compromise. A hard-working EV with more range than any competitor and the potential to take you anywhere. It's Chevy truck season. Get 1.9% financing plus make no monthly payments for 90 days on all 2024 Silverado 1500 pickups. See your local Chevy dealer.
Yankees Baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by ShopRite. Check out Happy. By Buick. Visit your local Tri-State Buick dealers. And by Bet365. Whatever the sport, whatever the moment, never ordinary at Bet365.
I see the Garden over there on the right, huh?
There you go. Little Empire State Building action. That's not an ordinary city. That's the best city in the world. Rounded foul. Given out to left field. Melendez on the run toward the line and foul. Just missed the line.
Melendez, good speed and a good outfielder. You see that ball just foul.
Pitches upstairs, 1-2. Soft ground ball, second base. Massey. Did you see this story, Paul? This one jumped out at me. So, in 1919, a Cleveland pitcher by the name of Ray Caldwell, he was struck on the mound by lightning. This was on August 24th. He was knocked out cold.
Yeah.
Got up.
And finished.
Finished the game. Yes. A week later, he pitches against the Yankees and no-hits them.
It was a no-hitter.
After getting hit by lightning.
Yeah.
Can you imagine a trainer allowing a player to stay in after getting hit by lightning?
Yeah, you might have to go through some kind of protocol this day and age if you got struck by lightning on the mound, huh?
Wow, what a story.
You know, as I go through the notes, I always love to look at the birthdays. And today, it was Ted Kluszewski. It was my old hitting coach with the Reds right when I was drafted. He worked with all the minor leaguers.
Now, when he worked with you in the minors, did he wear the sleeveless uniforms like he did back in the day?
He had like a cut-off version, but not like he did when he played. But he was still just a huge, huge guy.
3-1 on Volpe. Volpe has started in 142 of 144 games this year. He didn't start yesterday, but he did finish the game. And a strike.
Still to this day, one of my prized possessions is a baseball. And Ted, Big Clue, had passed away, and his wife, Eleanor, she told me Ted wanted you to have this ball. And I said, really? And what was it? It was a Babe Ruth ball.
Oh, wow.
But he also got it signed by Hank Aaron when he played. Pretty cool.
And he thought of you to give you?
Yeah,
wow, that's
I used
special.
to talk to him about the history of the game and everything.
In 1954, Kluszewski had 49 home runs, 141 ribbies, and 35 strikeouts. Yeah. That one's a strikeout as he tips it into the glove of Fermin.
And we spent hours and hours out on the minor league field, and, you know, he would just say time and time again, stay with it, stay with it. Oh, you left me. That was his thing, and that's when you had to leave the cage. Oh, you left me. You pulled off a ball. Left me.
Foul away. Grounded, right to Perez. He'll step on the bag as the Yankees go down in order. Lugo's retired 9 in a row after the leadoff single by Torres.
So, I like honey barbecue, you like honey barbecue. I like football, I think you like football. We're like the brothers we never had.
No, I have a brother.
But does he have time for you?
I guess he doesn't.
Yeah, because I feel like he'd be here if he did.
Trains. Trains that use the power of Dell AI and Intel, clearing the way so you arrive exactly where you belong.
Class-leading safety features at every turn. The Hyundai Tucson.
Lease an all-wheel drive Tucson for $229 a month, or get 1.99% APR, or up to $1,250 bonus cash. Hurry in.
Heard you guys were having a party.
All aboard!
Hulu.
Cheers.
Disney Plus.
Okay, here we go.
And ESPN Plus. Something for everyone. For one low price. Get the Disney Bundle with plans to get $9.99 a month.
Ooh, yeah.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch, blasted with Cinnadust.
There's nothing chill about a hot, sweaty line. Unless you add Mountain Cold Refreshment.
Welcome back. Marcus Stroman is on the mound for his 4th inning of work. Michael, you mentioned earlier today that he is the Yankees nominee for the Roberto Clemente Award this year. It's actually the third time he's been nominated, back-to-back years for him. He was nominated last year with the Cubs, also when he was with the Blue Jays, and that nomination really stems from his work with his foundation. Height doesn't measure heart, And most recently, he granted 2 Bronx high school seniors $25,000 scholarships each to help them with college this upcoming year. He's extremely passionate about giving back to the community, and all season long he has been meeting with kids from the community either before or after starts just to talk to them, have a little question and answer session. They're all part of his foundation, and it is something that he really prides himself in doing things not just on the field but off the field too, Michael. Pretty cool.
That is awesome for him to take his own money and send kids to school. That's just tremendous. Terrific work. Down goes Renfroe. I remember 2 of our colleagues, Al Leiter and Ken Singleton, won the Clemente Award, and that was one of the highest honors that they could imagine. And they both won World Series, and that Clemente Award was so special to them.
And the Yankees first baseman, Anthony Volpe, has won the Clemente Award. He always talks about how special, or Anthony Rizzo, I'm sorry.
That one's off the glove of a diving Torres as Massey reaches.
And, Michael, we know the work he does both here and in Chicago in the community. And back to Stroman for a second there. He's pledged $200,000 over the next 5 years to help kids go to school. So, awesome stuff.
That is great. So, good luck. Hope he gets that award. Here's Paul DeYoung. One and 0.
Michael, I'm looking at some of the other birthdays today. It's just, I love it. 1895 Hall of Famer, High Pockets Kelly. He was born today.
That's a good name.
Where'd these names go? And
you don't have creative. Yeah, yesterday there was...
You losing pitcher Mulcahy.
That's not a nickname you want.
No. He pitched back in the 40s with the Phillies where he lost 20 a year.